All right, folks, we're going to just jump right into the show today. This is the Strongback USA show. I'm your host, Jason Mariner. As you know, we've got a lot of nonsense going on that needs to be talked about right away because this country is in an absolute critical state right now, and I'm going to tell you why. And this applies to both Democrats and Republicans. It really does. This applies to both sides of the aisle. Now, we have big tech in the picture. Big tech controls the information, okay, globally. Social media, the news, whatever narrative they want to install and insert is the narrative that you get. And if you fall out of line and fall out of support of their narrative, you're censored. You're shadow banned, you're thrown in cyber jail, whatever the case may be. Or we saw a very gleaming example of this happen in the middle of the night last night. Did you know that tens of millions of Americans had their First Amendment rights stripped away from them last night? Only because they don't believe in the same type of politics that the left does. They have a conflicting point of view. So, what happened? Well, they got tampered with and shut down and banned on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all those left-leaning tyrannical social media giant machines. And up sprung Parler, a place for conservatives to go to voice their opinions, talk about what they want to talk about without being censored. One of the most brilliant moves I've ever seen in the business world. And they did a deal in there somewhere with Amazon where they said, we're going to give you a check, and in exchange for that money, you're going to host our platform. You're going to keep our tens of millions of subscribers there. You're going to keep all the information there. There's no lawyer in the history of business deals that ever would have signed a deal or let their clients, even the other side, even Amazon, I'm sure the lawyers were saying, no, there's got to be, a one-way thing here. They give you money, you're going to do what you say you're going to do. It's called fraud if you don't. Well, in the dead of night last night, they just decided to pluck in an instant Parler right out of the sky. You can't get on there right now, all because you have a difference of opinion. Now, I've heard a lot over the past 4 years about making this country diverse. So diverse, in fact, that we don't need borders. We should just let everybody in. That's how badly the left wants to be diverse, right? Wrong, because if they wanted diversity, they would not be trying to snuff out opposing political views. They don't want diversity. They want singularity. They want unfettered and ultimate control over your rights and your lives. That's what they're getting. This is an attack on our Constitution. This is an attack on our civil liberties. This is an attack on you, me, our children, generations to come. We're only feeling the start of it. It only goes down from here. President Truman addressed Congress. He wrote a letter to them in 1950. And I'm paraphrasing here, but the letter basically said that once a society begins silencing the opposition, they only have one direction in which they can go. And that's further down the path of censorship until everyone lives in fear under tyrannical rule. That's exactly what's happening right now. If you think it's funny that the right has been silenced and censored and you think you've won, guess again, because guess what? The second your political beliefs and views fall out of line with big techs or the media's, you're censored. If they can censor me and us, they can censor you too. Since when is the United States a country where Democrats don't stick up for Republicans, where Republicans don't stick up for Democrats? Since when did that happen? I'm sure there were plenty on both sides of every war that's ever been fought. And when we have a common enemy, we're very good at shooting in the same direction. But the thing is, we don't realize that we have a common enemy right now because it's springing from within. The common enemy is censorship. The common enemy is tyranny. The common enemy is you're being constantly lied to and fooled. They call for unity? Who on earth would think that pulling a stunt like deleting tens of millions of people off of a social media platform would do anything in the way of causing unity? That's a fool's errand. It's a big trick. There's no unity about it. It's totalitarian rule 110% of the way. And I'm telling you, you can mark my words on this. Should we fail to put an end to it right now, very quickly, the tides will turn one day and the shoe will be on the other foot. I know Democrats that are scared because of what's going on. I just spent a half hour on the phone with one of our congressmen. This has been an issue for a long time. I own a business that's non-politically affiliated. 3.5 years ago, Facebook shut us down arbitrarily. We never got an answer. I had to file legal action after legal action and paperwork and have lawyers spend money. It was ridiculous. Senator Rubio had to step in. Thanks again, Senator Rubio. But you got my Facebook page turned back on. But the point is, I wasn't doing anything political. I was running a business. I was feeding my 2 sons, providing for my family, bettering the community, doing charity, a lot of it. And I was shut down and censored. So don't think for 1 second that if they can do it to me, that they can't do it to you, because they can and they will. Mark my words. So we all need to get together, and we all need to acknowledge the fact that this is a big problem. This is getting in the way of our Constitution. This will continue to be a pattern for the rest of your life and mine, should we let it continue. Once they start to get away with taking your rights, they will continue to take and take and take. Watch what the left does. Watch what they do. They're going to pack the courts. They're going to make Washington, D.C. a separate state to get an extra seat. They're going to do everything they can to take over this country forever. Now, there will be slim pickings in the way of opposition and ways to stop them. They're going to get a lot of stuff through. But we have to move towards solution. We have to stop being censored. And if we can't come to an agreement of some sort, if our political leaders continue to fail us and not regulate the media and big tech, we're all done for. So this is a call to everyone to really evaluate what's going on. Really look around you and think. You're probably getting your laughs out of it now because you hated President Trump for so long. But don't forget this. You don't hate us. You may not have liked President Trump because of his tweets or whatever. Well, I've got news for you. He did great things for the country, and the president's job is not to worry about your feelings. That's your therapist's job. That's your mommy's job. That's your wifey's job. Not President Trump's. So when you have complaints, go to them. Don't blame the president for hurting your feelings. We also have to realize that we're not in love with President Trump. President Trump can go away. What you love is what he's done for this country. What you love are his policies. What you love is the freedom, that he's rekindled this spirit of American patriotism, that he's brought God back into the center of this country, that he's done for you and I, the American people, things that 10 presidents combined haven't done. This man has made amazing progress, and all they want to report on is that he sent an inappropriate tweet. Well, so what? They were all very inconsequential. It was one big wild witch hunt that the American people were dragged through at our own expense with tax dollars for the past 4 years. They came up with nothing after probe and investigation and special counsel. Nothing. The only thing they came up with was a way to waste your tax dollars and to screw you over. Get up, America. We have to save this country. If you don't think it's that dire, think about it this way. The Constitution is a great document. This country's run off of it for 250 years. 244 to be exact. Why would we start deviating from it now? Why? Does that make sense even? Not to me, it doesn't. It's kept us sovereign, wealthy, free and powerful for a quarter of a century. Don't run away from it now. Don't give up. And remember, If, God forbid, we were attacked by a foreign enemy tomorrow, we would all very quickly forget the political divides that separate us. We would move back together and we would shoot in the same direction. I'm telling you, the enemy is here and we're shooting all over the place. We need to really, really hone in on the fact that the target is big tech. The target is censorship. The target is suppression of free speech. I just heard it from a congressman. One that was on our side. One that is on our side. A true patriot. Someone who has truly sacrificed for this country to remain free. And I know that he did not make those sacrifices that he's made to have our rights stripped from us. So it's time to take action. It's time to acknowledge your role as an American. If you want to be a Republican, be a real Republican. If you want to be a patriot, be a real patriot. If you want to be a Democrat, be a real one. I got news for you. Real Republicans save real Democrats' lives. Real Democrats save the lives of real Republicans. We don't kill one another. We don't suppress one another. We don't clap when the other side's constitutional rights are taken away. We help them out and we defend them. We defend our brothers and sisters and our neighbors. But here we are, stupid old America, letting the media and big tech divide us like never before. It's a damn shame, and I hope this message reaches every single person in this country because it makes sense. You can't argue with it. Anyway, let's get our right to free speech back. And let's not stop until we have it in full. We need to demand that. They can't ignore half the country, nor should they, nor is it possible. We're here to get the message out. Parler, we are praying with you. We love you. We are here for the long haul. And we'll meet in a room one day. And we'll join forces. You can mark my words on that too. But we're here to stay. And we're here to bring the message of equality and constitutional adherence. And we're here to tell you that the American people will accept no less. I have faith in that. I also have faith in God. I have faith that God won't let this country slip into the hands of communism. That we will be able to do a turnabout, turnaround, whatever you want to call it, and fix the way things are going. Because you don't want your children growing up that way, and neither do I. Until next time, I say God bless you, your families, those around you, and watch over this country we call the United States of America. Hang in there, everyone. It's going to be okay. The road is going to be hard. It's going to be strenuous, but it's going to be worth it. Because what we'll have is freedom.